What up though, y'all? This is All Hustle No Cap, where we talk about all things getting money and getting to the bag. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some things that I wish I knew before I got into the photo booth business. Hopefully this video helps out some people that are looking to get into the business themselves. Now, if you like this type of content and you want me to keep making these type of videos, I want you to take a moment and please don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and notification bell. And if you want to, you can follow me on IG. Now, the first thing I wish I knew about the photo booth business before I jumped into it is about the market saturation in my city. There are a lot of people in Detroit doing the photo booth shit. Now, that don't mean you can't make some money, but you definitely got to be creative with your advertising for sure. And the more saturated of the area that you live in, the more stupid shit people going to be doing behind it, meaning that if it's a lot of people doing it, they're going to think that they got to do a price war and they're going to drive the prices down, and it's going to make it harder for you to get good prices for your service. You see, the more people doing cheap prices in your city, mean the more people become to expect that shit. So it's really making the customers in your market expect a lower price all the time. My advice is that if you're going to jump into the 360 photo booth business, make sure you check around your city and see what the going price is, and just make sure it's something that you want to be bothered with, because you don't want to jump into a business where the price is so low that it don't make sense. Now, if you are in a saturated part of town, what you can do is come up with some creative pricings to kind of alleviate some of that bullshit. The second thing I wish I knew before I got into the photo booth business is about the different sizes that the booths come in and which size I should have picked. Because if you recall, I had to go out and buy a whole van for my shit. If I would have known then what I know now, I probably would have went with a smaller booth. I had to go buy a whole car about this shit, bro. So that shit's kind of intense right there. Aside from the transportation issues, with a booth that's that big, you run into issues with just being heavy and shit. So it's one of those things that I didn't know before I bought it, but now that I got it, I realized that obviously this booth is heavy. Plus, I got an automatic booth, so that makes it even heavier because it got mechanical, components in the inside that weigh it down a little bit. So if you don't take nothing else away from this part, I would just say just to make sure that you know what size booth you're getting and make sure that it'll fit in your car before you order it, because everybody's not going to have the option to go out and buy a brand new car like I did. All right, so one thing that I wish I knew about the photo booth before I started getting into the business is exactly how much shit I had to buy and how much all that shit was going to cost. All right, so when I first got into the idea of, entertaining the idea of starting a photo booth business, I didn't really realize how much shit you had to buy. So, I knew that I had to get the booth, obviously, but I didn't know that the booth and the camera were separate items. So basically, I had to go out and buy an iPhone to work with my booth. Matter of fact, after I started buying all this shit for the photo booth business, that's when I made that video about all the things that I bought for the photo booth business. I'll put a link to that in the description below. But even once you get past the basics, it just always feel like you're buying shit. It's all kind of stanchions and lights and props and, just all kind of other shit that you're going to constantly be buying for this business. Not to mention the software, because, that's a cost I didn't really, take into consideration. But TouchPics cost $1,000 a year. But it's just, whenever you go into a business, you should be doing this research anyway. So, the things that you're going to be spending money on. So that's kind of why I'm making this video. When I got done spending money on all the stuff that I got from my photo booth business, I think I was around like $9,000 or something like that. Like, to be honest with you, I just stopped keeping count, but it's around $9,000 for sure. All right, so one thing I wish I knew before I got into the photo booth business is that you should hire somebody. And I would say hire somebody when you first start working. So I say that for a couple of reasons. One is so you can get in the habit of paying somebody. Because if you don't start paying somebody and then you got to pay somebody later, it's obviously going to make you feel some type of way. And the second reason is because you're going to need the help and you're going to need to train somebody so they can eventually take over. Because eventually you're going to need to step back from the business so that, you can either A, grow your business or make this a more passive income business, because you're not going to go out to these events forever. I hope this video helped y'all out if y'all are in the beginning stages of trying to decide if you want to join this photo booth world. If y'all found this video helpful, please don't forget to smash the like button, the subscribe button, and notification bell. And don't forget to follow me on IG. As always, I want to thank y'all for watching. Peace.